You know, Augusta leaders just a little while ago gave us an update on recovery efforts, and Hallie Turner joins us live with those details. Hallie, what do we learn from the city today?
Yeah, Richard. So we were out here earlier today. We've been out here all afternoon. Mayor Garnett Johnson wanted to address the public that right now we have 1,000 Georgia Power linemen that have come into our city. If you hear some of this noise in the background, there's actually a tree down, so they're trying to get that down or get it up. But anyways, the mayor announced to the city that 1,000 Georgia Power linemen arrived earlier this morning right here in Augusta. And I'm going to look at my notes just to make sure I'm telling you correctly. But more than just around 175 National Guard troops are out here. Now, here's the thing when it comes to restoring your power. It's not going to happen all at once. As you've heard, the Richmond County School System is extending their timeline of when their school will be back. But the thing is that we're all driving in the dark at night. So that's why they've issued that curfew from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. up until 7 a.m. the next morning. And the reason for that is you've seen right outside of our studios, that Riverwatch Parkway going to Costco, those lights don't work. And so we want you to stay off the road. And that's part of his message today was if you don't have to be out and you don't need to go get gas and you really don't need those essential things, he's issued an order to stay in place so that you will shelter in place along with Governor Kemp and President Biden. They've all considered Georgia a state of emergency. And another thing he talked about was that Augusta Utilities is not shutting down the water. He wants to make that clear. There's been a lot of rumors around the city going on today that there were rumors of the water potentially being cut off in certain places. The water pressure is low, and that is a common thing going on right now, but they may have to shut off some of the water in certain areas as they're restoring main water breaks. You saw downtown, you heard Nick talk about it, and yesterday you saw that footage that there's been a lot of trees that uprooted some main water pipes downtown. They might have to cut it off for just a little bit, but they will give notice for that. But as of right now, the water is safe to drink. It's safe to shower in. And the same goes for Columbia County. That's another side note. There was a rumor going around today, but leaders want to assure you that that water there is staying on too. It's safe to drink, bathe in, all of the things. But another thing is the mayor wants you to be cautious of that water. You know, if you don't have to use it, don't use it. You only use the amount that you need. They're working really hard to restore power. Again, it's going to take some time. We heard from Augusta University's president that they have about roughly over 200 students that are not from Augusta, and they are keeping them at the school. They're feeding them. They've got a food company coming in. They've got the library that's got power. So they are keeping them there. They're feeding Payne College. You heard that Ironman has been canceled, and actually the mayor said today that Ironman, all the supplies that they were going to give those runners and those swimmers and bikers, they've actually donated to Augusta. So they're distributing those resources today from 3 to 6 at Fire Station. Let me make sure I'm telling you correctly. It's Fire Station 20, and I believe it is make sure I'm telling you guys, Fire Station 2 and Fire Station 20 in Augusta will be doing those resources. Again, the Henry Brigham and the May Park Community Centers are open for shelter. Red Cross is assisting in that. So if you need to charge medical devices, if you need to charge cell phones, all of the things, you can go to Brigham Community Center or May Park to help those out. But again, overarching theme is get off the roads tonight. You don't need to be out here. Last night I was trying to get home just to make sure my car was okay. I had actually woke up to water in my car yesterday. Wasn't expecting 4 inches of water. So I was checking on my car, and as a coworker and I were driving back, I mean, it is dark. So the last thing you want to do is to run into those power lines. These linemen are out here working tirelessly to help get those back up, but you can't do that. You can't even see the lines at nighttime. You can't see cars on the side of the road that have broken down from no gas. So the best thing to do is to shelter in place and stay at home.
Yeah, I think all of that is true, Hallie. But one thing you really mentioned up front, I want to go back and touch on again, because when you said this, 1,000 linemen are in Augusta, have arrived to help support Georgia. That's going to give hope to a lot of people, because usually Augusta is a staging point as those linemen and crews travel into hurricane areas on the coast. Now they're coming here. Isn't that a switch?
It is.